Welcome to Elite Commentary with Pantera Dragon. And in this video, we'll be playing ZAC. ZAC is a champion who was buffed in the preseason indirectly because of the item changes, and a champion who is overlooked but being played a lot more recently during the preseason. Now I for one do not actually like him too much. I'd rather play my Graves jungle, but I was actually kind of forced to play this champion or a tank in the jungle because of our team comp having a lot of squishies. Runes and Masters will be in description as always, and I'm not sure about the reds honestly. I don't know if I want attack speed or magic penetration. I know a lot of people do run attack speed, but I think preference would be magic penetration. I just ran it this game because I just went to my simplified tank rune page. But yeah, I'd probably get magic penetration maybe. Also the starter item machete, I'm not so sure about it, but I didn't want the 150% mana regen item, so yeah, I started this. And now we're going for a cheesy gank right here. And now watch the placement of my E. I always want to put it a little bit directly behind them because I know they're going to be running when they see me coming, you know, on their face. And we do get a flash out of it, so I alert my team that he has no flash, so maybe Bard wants to come in and do a little gank for him. Now that I don't have a lot of hit points since I took some damage from TF, I will be clearing my jungle for the majority until I get some hit point back. I will be going back or ganking, and as you can see, my health is pretty high after this clear. Well, it's not going to be that high, but it's going to be enough to gank an Aurelia. She can't really kill me since she doesn't have Ignite, so I have nothing to fear, and I make a big mistake right here. So I actually missed an opportunity to go on this Aurelia when Quinn engaged on her because I was actually waiting until she would go for a CS. I also didn't think my E would charge up that fast, so that was basically a lack of playing ZAC for a long time experience. But yeah, with ZAC you always want to try and gank from the bushes as it is a very good hiding spot for you to charge up. And as you can see, I go in when she's about to go for a CS. She does a pretty interesting play where she uses her Q on me and flashes out. Obviously this wouldn't have gotten a kill, but getting a summoner out of it is sort of worth, and also lane pressure. Now I was going to try for the Twisted Fate, but obviously he knew I was top lane, so he warded that side and I couldn't gank him anymore. But now I see he's returned and I feel like I can get a gank here. It doesn't seem like he knows that I'm around, so I try and come in, but Lulu basically suicided and now I can't really go into this gank. As Rek'Sai does show up, and yeah, it's a bit risky. I know I could have killed him if Rek'Sai wasn't there because he doesn't have flash and I have red buff, so it would have been easy. But now he's just doing a really risky decision and he's just staying around, and right here I actually do a mess up. I thought I could kill him with that next auto attack, but now I have to use my flash for that as just a little misplay from me, and I didn't want to wait because he might have pulled out a gold card out of his ass, so yeah, I didn't want to risk that. And we do survive, so I'm going to do some more jungle camps as my E, W, and Q do restore my health a fair bit, but my jungle camps aren't really here. So it's time for me to go back. And right here I buy the Balmy Cinder because I do feel like it's much better than buying the jungle item since I can get better clears, do more damage and ganks, etc. So yeah, that's my thought process. Besides, I still get the other half of the jungle item, so it's still worth. And I see here that Rek'Sai is still counter jungling me, but I don't really care. I'm going to give this blue to the Lulu because I don't need it. And now I'm going to try something with Bard in the bot lane, but I don't think we're going to get anything. So we're going to try and roam mid, but you know, there are pink wards right here, so we're going to take it out together. And you know, it's actually a pretty decent roam from us. It's very beneficial as we do deny an enemy's vision. And right here I was thinking about going for the Wraith camps, but I knew Lulu wasn't there to back me up. And instead I see some action happening in the bottom lane. So I see a good opportunity to come in here and try and help my team. Now, there's a lot of things that could have went better. For instance, Ezreal's ult hitting, Bard not dying, this tower dive, my passive, Ezreal not dying. It was a very sloppy gank. The only thing I could have done better was not use my ultimate, so Ezreal's ultimate could hit MF, but now I'm running away since I do see Twisted Fate is coming. So I just run away and start farming the jungle again. So yeah, big misplays happening from everyone. I feel like it should have gone way smoother. But yeah, essentially we're just doing this farm route because I don't really see anything I can do in the map yet. But then I see Lulu's kind of getting caught out from the enemy team. So this is a really good opportunity for me to get a counter gank on this Twisted Fate. And I do get a pretty good E on him. I'll say that myself. And yeah, can't get any more. So we're going to try and push his lane out with Lulu and Quinn so we can deny them some CS. And I see Quinn wants to make a play in the bottom lane, so I'm going to assist her with that. And this is going to be your classic 5-man bottom lane gank. And the thing I want to explain is even though our team didn't necessarily need us, the reason we come is because we know there's going to be a lot of attention coming into the bottom lane. So what they're going to do is try and counter gank the Quinn's gank while we're going to try and counter gank their counter gank. We know that there's going to be a lot of action in the bottom lane, so we must be there, basically. Me and Lulu probably could have got mid lane's tower, But if we didn't come bottom lane, our team may have gotten like 3-man killed from the enemy team. And you know, a tower for 3 kills, that's not worth. So yeah, you always want to go to where the action is on the map. Or if you think there's going to be action in the future. Now, unless it's a fight you think you can't win, then you're better off getting the mid tower. Now, talking about the build, I do go Stalker's Blade because going Skirmisher's Saber, I don't have an auto attack to put anywhere in my combo. So Stalker's Blade seems the best here, or Tracker's Knife. Now, this is a little mistake I make right here by using my E because my bottom lane wanted a gank, and we're probably going to the portal. So now I don't have the cooldown for it anymore. And right here, MF actually uses her ult on me. I get scared and I realize, wow, she does no damage. So I'm like, fuck this. And now I know that Thresh is going to lantern her away. So I'm just going to use my E as a huge ass gap closer and kill this MF. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I'm very fed, so she does no damage. And yeah, since their bottom lane is gone, we can take this dragon for free. There's no threat to us anymore. So let's go ahead and solo it since we got that % health damage and the blobs to heal us up. Now, I do have another plan. I'm going to go back to the bottom lane and kill them again, as there's probably no wards in their jungle, so they won't see me coming. And I see a TF ult, and I pretend I fuck off, but I come back in and prepare for the dive we're going to initiate onto the enemy bot lane. And since Twisted Fate doesn't have his ultimate, he can't counter gank this dive we're going to do. This is a really good ultimate coming from Bard onto the tower. And yeah, they had no knowledge that I was still around, since I kind of juked him with the Twisted Fate ultimate. Well, at least that's what I like to think anyways. Either way, they didn't know that it was going to happen, and the reason I know that was because they had no reaction from me being in their jungle, which means they had no wards in their jungle. If they knew I was in their jungle, they probably would have backed off the tower and let us get it for free, or back it off for a second and then come back to try and bait us into diving them. But since they didn't back off at all, it means they felt they were safe. Alright, so now that we have the dragon in their bottom tower, this is a good opportunity to stick around the top side so we can eventually kill Aurelia and get her top tower. I think from the previous video, you guys know what I kind of do after taking the bottom tower, and I just hug the top side of the map. You can see a pattern with me in how I play the jungle, and just trying to emphasize on taking those towers down. Now basically what's happening is I want to cover this lane so she doesn't get this tower, and I feel like Quinn is just roaming around the map and trying to kill everyone. I mean, that's what Quinn does with their new ultimate, so I'm going to let her do the ganking while I just lane against this Aurelia and keep her away from taking our tower. Now Rek'Sai does come for a gank, but I already know I'm safe because of my ultimate giving me movement speed, and they took out the tenacity, so whatever. I still have my flash up, but I'm not going to use it here because I kind of want to bait them into me because I know Quinn is coming. So it was all planned. Well, it was kind of planned, but now with Rek'Sai dead and Aurelia low, we can push this lane to try and get our tower. I do want to put my presence elsewhere, but you know, Quinn, I think she has more of a ganking presence than I do, plus the mobility, so she's better at ganking than I am. And now we're going to try and dive her, but I do miss my E. So Quinn thinks it's a bad idea. I still think it's a good idea because, well, I'm very tanky, I can take a lot of shots. But there is a possibility of Rek'Sai coming, maybe even Twisted Fate ultimate, although that was just used a while ago. It may or may not be up, but who knows, it's better not to risk it. And now I go back to my jungle because I want to heal up and, you know, get my hit point back from my blobs, so I can go back to my natural habitat, which is the top lane. Now, a funny thing I want to be talking about is the Rift Herald and why we're not prioritizing it a lot. It's because it does a ton of damage and takes a while to actually take it out. So what basically happens is we'd get the buff, but one person would have to recall, and the buff doesn't give resistances to minions, so it's not that useful. Only the plus 50 gold to everyone is basically useful, but you can get that by shutting down people. So yeah, I don't know, Rift Herald just needs a nerf to its damage. So in this game I'll be building armor because they have Aurelia, Rek'Sai, and an MF. The only one who does big magic damage is Twisted Fate, in which I'll get a Spirit Visage later for that. And right here we're going to be doing a sneaky bait again. Ezreal wants me to pretend I'm getting caught, so we can get like a little counter gank going on. And right here they do engage on me and take the bait. And so right here it's a good time to use my ultimate to push them away from Ezreal's ultimate. And right here I'm going to try and peel for Ezreal since Quinn can get this kill. And it looks like Ezreal is in deep shit, but Rek'Sai's E does get him. So that kind of sucks, but at least we get the Rek'Sai and avenge him. And one thing you can note is the map awareness coming from Quinn, knowing that there would be a fight soon. She came in to assist us, which did help us get Aurelia and the Rek'Sai. So yeah, map awareness is key, and I'm heading bot lane to stop the MF from pushing, but she does get the tower, and I know Ezreal wants to CS, so I'm going to go back to my jungle and let him get that. So I'm going to go to my jungle and just farm a bit, but I know something's happening in the middle lane, so I say fuck the Scuttle Crab and go to the action. And what the fuck just happened here? Quinn somehow did some Matrix shit. And right here, MF gets an ultimate on my team. And I'm trying to stop her with my E, but I messed that up. And Bart gets a really nice ultimate. And Quinn gets a flank on MF. So we basically won since we took out all their damage. And right here, we're just going to get this Thresh for free. I fuck up my E again. Somehow it doesn't hit him. I don't know how, but at least my Q hits him. And yeah, we won the team fight. I actually want to go more in and dive them since it was just those two. But my team thought otherwise, and you know, I guess they didn't want to fight. So yeah, we just back out, let Ezreal get the bottom turret. And I felt like they were still trying to chase, so I was going to ready up my E, but you know, they're not going to chase. So we're going to go back. Quinn gets a kill on Aurelia. So with that pick, I feel like we can get the mid tower. And that's what we're going to try and do. But Lulu had backed and so has Quinn. And we don't really realize that. I think we could have got the tower if they had stayed, but they didn't really ping us back. So we didn't know they weren't following us anymore. And yeah, I died from an enhanced Twisted Fate auto attack. So my first death of the game kind of sucks. And yeah, this is your basic classic NA solo queue, where throws happen all the time. And the enemy is, well, back in the game. So hindsight 101, whatever that means. If you notice if it's just you three and you're trying to siege a tower and you're low hit point, probably back off. And I think this is Baron, but it seems like MF is staying mid. But they actually are doing Baron. Not sure why MF was middle. She could have been helping her team. And now we gotta head there since they are doing it. This Bard ult helps us delay them from doing it. And now we're getting closer and closer to stop them from doing it. Now the team fight has won in our favor since Quinn is coming. So what I'm going to try is cut them off and try and get myself some kills. There's a really good stun coming from Aurelia. I do miss. It kind of sucks. So I'm going to go for this Thresh and try and get him for my team. And yeah, I start charging up my E and I reposition it to this bush because Ezreal already has the kill. So if he does flash over this wall, he's going to, you know, face me. And now we're going to do the Baron because we have 280 carries and one big ass tank. There's a problem though because the enemy has a lot of TPs and, you know, global crap. So what I try to do is push this Aurelia into the Baron pit with my ultimate, but she still has her dash up, so she does get the Quinn and she does stun me. So she actually gets away and there's, well, it's most likely not going to kill her if I keep chasing her this way. So what I do is do a little flankaroonies and I splooge over her and now I'm in a little pickle, but not really because Ezreal's backing me up. But then there's MF and there's Twisted Fate and yeah, their team is very, very heavy on the global teleports and have a lot of mobility, just like our team with Quinn and, you know, Ezreal and me. It would have been actually better if I didn't do that. I didn't think they had like all their units up. But I felt like I knew I could have killed her if I did that. So I couldn't resist, you know, trying and getting that kill. But definitely it is not worth it. In fact, all of that would probably not have happened as Ezreal wouldn't have got caught and we would have grouped with our team. So yeah, it does suck. But anyways, the game's kind of getting closer and even with the enemy team. In fact, I feel like the MF is outscaling our Ezreal. As we all know the monster that MF is once she does have level 16 and some items. And there's a team fight going on right here. And obviously our team is not looking hot. But I'm coming to action to see what I can do. Maybe stop some people from chasing my team since I'm very tanky. I do miss the E on Twisted Fate because I didn't actually know Twisted Fate was using his ultimate. So the only thing I saw was him porting. And now we are in a sticky situation where the enemy can do this Baron, so I'm going to have to do a clutch Baron steal to get it. And usually teams will try and zone you out from getting the Baron as they don't want you getting close to smite it. So what I do is I hide in this bush, which I don't think is warded. And since my E has a long range, well, I'm going to go and try and get the steal. And I do that, and now it's time to fuck him up with my ultimate and all my blobs and all my abilities. And I'm just here trying to do some damage to the enemy. So I'm going to try and get this MF, which can't get away from me since I am ZAC. And I have a long gap closer with my E. And yeah, the key thing to note is I feel like they could have stopped me. They would have definitely flashed over the wall if they saw me charging on my E to go for the smite steal. But since I'm hitting that bush, well, they couldn't see me coming in. So yeah, I had to try something. And yeah, I'm just trying to push in this wave, not really giving two fucks after that. And I'm going to go onto this Rex side because I know I can take him out. And right here, I just pop my W and smite him for the kill. And it looks like I'm in a pickle, but I flash out because I know Lulu's nearby so she can use her E and ult me. And I go jump back in because I know she still has her ultimate. So we get a little smashing wombo combo. And I do get out. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So yeah, the flash was very necessary to get in range of Lulu's spells. I knew she had all the things to keep me alive when we turn around because, you know, it's a Lulu, so really good synergy. Well, she has synergy with everyone. And I recalled because I was very low and somehow my team got ace 2v4. Like, what? I don't know what happened, to be honest, because, well, I wasn't looking. But, yeah, okay. I guess, and A throws again. But right here, I'm just gonna go on this Rek'Sai because I feel like he's being caught out. But little do I know, I'm the one who's getting baited. And I actually forgot that it was just me and Lulu, and they have like 4 members up, so this is actually my bad. And I noticed their CC is down and my E is up, so I try and get out. But it looks like that Lulu is in trouble, so what I do is try and stop the Twisted Fate and try and kill him. But, well, I don't have any damage because my name is ZAC, and all I'm useful is just being a frontline. Yeah, I do no damage, and I try and E away, but they get my blobs, which kind of sucks. But basically, yeah, probably shouldn't have been pushing out that far with just me and Lulu versus potentially 4 people. And now no one has Baron because, well, we're just stupid. So yeah, I'm not sure what I was thinking there. I think I was thinking I'm so tanky, nothing can kill me, but apparently they can kill me. Anyways, our build is going to be more armor because they are a heavy physical damage team. We do not need anything more than just a spear visage for magic resist, and also the reason I do not get Merc Treads is because, well, Twisted Fate, if he throws a gold card on me, that's a good thing. He's not throwing it on my team, and I'll probably be in my ultimate when he does stun me. So it doesn't really matter too much. Now a team fight is erupting, and I'm coming in to try and get here closer. I think Quinn just suicided, but I'm trying to focus as Rek'Sai as I'm in full peel mode. And now I try and go into Twisted Fate because I feel like we can catch him, but he does do a nice little juke and dodges my E. And now Bard does get caught, and well, I'm gonna die here because I think we can get this inhibitor, but before I know it, it's too late. And I'm just getting CC chained, and yeah, I basically die. My team's gonna live, I think, since Twisted Fate doesn't have his ultimate. And yeah, I feel like if Quinn didn't suicide there, we probably would have won the team fight and ended the game right there. Or maybe we would have just got the inhibitor. But, whatever. I don't think they can really get any objectives on the map. It's still a little throw. So now we, basically at the group, we should win 5v5 since I'm a big front line. And we do have a really good team comp. We definitely outscale the enemies. So right here, I'm going to go in the top lane since there's going to be a lot of action in the top lane. And it looks like Twisted Fate is going on to the Quinn, who messes up her Mercurial Scimitar. And I tried to peel for her with my ultimate by knocking away Twisted Fate. Unfortunately, yeah, we did take 2 losses. But Ezreal's going to play the poke game. And watch this really good Ezreal ultimate hitting all 5 members. And then a Bard ult is going to come right here, hitting 2 members. But that does line them up for a really good E. Now I've taken down Twisted Fate, going to go onto the enemy team, try and slow them and kill them and do what I can for Ezreal to get the cleanup. A really good cleanse coming from Ezreal. And I'm just on peel mode, trying to kill whoever is on this Ezreal. And we take them all down. Finally, we're going to try and get this Rek'Sai. But Rek'Sai goes in this bush, uses her ultimate, and now she's gone. But look at this Quinn teleporting and knowing where this Rek'Sai is going to use her ultimate, and finally catches her out, giving our team almost an ace. This Quinn, what a god, but probably just saw Rek'Sai ulting there. So what a great play by Quinn. And somehow Ezreal dies, but now we get the inhibitor, and now we're going to converge right onto the Baron since a lot of members of the enemy team are down, but they probably have a lot of teleports since they're a very global team. And that's what's going to happen right about now. We see reinforcements coming from the enemy team, but we're bursting this thing so hard, I get a really clutch smite at 156 hit point. And right here, me and Quinn flash for the Twisted Fate, which kind of sucks because only one of us had to go over. But now I'm coming back to assist as Lulu, who's getting pummeled from the enemy team. I even caught a hook for her, and now I'm just trying to kill them all. But Rek'Sai is here to join the party. I'm literally trying to do all I can, but they're just ignoring me and I do no damage. So finally, I'm like, okay, fuck it this, my E is up. I'm getting the hell out of here and try and get to my Ezreal and group with him. The Baron call was good, but they just had really good initiation onto us. And now Ezreal is just holding still so Rek'Sai wouldn't detect him. And now we do a little turnaround onto the enemy team, and I try and focus the Irelia, who does the most damage. And then the Rek'Sai comes next, since she is the only one left. And yeah, that turnaround though. That God Piglet, really good AD carry. Very mechanically skilled player if I do say so myself. But I think he tries to do some greedy plays too much, but whatever. He's definitely really good at laning phase, and usually can make some high PL plays. Now this dragon is very important because it's number 3, so getting this is very essential to winning in team fights and just mobility around the map. Now after the dragon we should have gone bot lane to get the tower, but it looks like a team fight is erupting in the mid lane. And now I don't know why Rek'Sai actually took that portal, but basically that's game, especially with that Bard ult. That MF is caught out and I'm just gonna go in, try and kill them all, CC them to my team, knock them in, trying to do what I can as a front line and just, you know, pulverize and tank. And I don't know, I'm ZAC, it's very easy to play tanks. And yeah, 3 enemies are dead. We have 5 members up. This is basically GG. There were definitely some, I'd say, misplays in this game. Some team calls like pushing mid with only 2 members versus like 4. Definitely bad. I would say I could have done better in some situations, especially the team decision making calls. But I feel like I was in autopilot this game. But yeah, anyways, thanks guys for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this game as much as I did. And yeah, all this footage is caught on from my stream, so check it out at twitch.tv/LuigiDragon. And make sure to like this video if you did like it, and I'll see you guys next time.